Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. We have our head coach, Phil Simmons, as we reflect on today's game.
Phil, how did you sum up that performance, especially the collapse after the very good start?
I think the only word you can look for is disappointed. I think that our batting, at least today, definitely was a bit unprofessional, and we need to wake up and start being as professional as we can be when we're batting. The bowlers seem to be working hard and putting us in good positions, but the batters continue to falter.
It's happened before, like you said. It's so, and you see you guys in training, you're spending a lot of hours hitting balls. So what has happened? What happened today?
I don't know. We haven't started the inquest in the dressing room yet. I let them calm down a little bit first, or I let myself calm down a little bit first before I go into the dressing room. But I think it's just too many soft dismissal. I think as batsmen you have to pay a lot more attention to your wicket. And I think every time we play, we're up there with the run rate. Doesn't matter who we're playing against, but we keep losing wickets and soft wickets. So I think we've been trying to remedy it for the last couple of months. Doesn't seem like it's there yet.
Some have said that it could have something to do with the tinkering of the batting order, batters playing in different positions in different games. Do you put it down to that at all?
Well, I don't think so. I think it's a case where this game, people need to be able to go up to make a difference. You go up. Sometimes a batsman goes up and he has to propel his side with 10 balls, 15 or 10 balls, 20, and so guys have to bat in different positions. Today there was no real different positions. I think guys are batting where they are strong. We talk about looking at data and looking at different things. Guys are batting where they're strong. So I don't think that would be used as an excuse today.
And just finally from me, you walked out there, I think during one of the drinks break I think when Jason Holder was still out there. What was the message? And this was in the midst of all that, the collapse happening.
Yeah, well, the message was that we needed a partnership. We needed the partnership out there to bat until at least about over 15, because we still had the two out there, and we still had Odin Smith, we still had Zari Joseph, who can hit the boundaries we needed. So and that was the message.
I feel you talked a little bit about soft dismissals, and I was wondering if you could expand a little bit about that. Are we talking about shot selection, like maybe guys, the one or two dismissals they were taking on the longest part of the ground in maybe when the game situation didn't require that type of risk?
Yeah, I think you've summed it up there. You don't need to answer it. It's and that's exactly it. You got to sum up the situation of the game and play to the situation of the game, and I don't think we did that at all times today.
In terms of positives, you started off a little bit expensive in the power play, but with the rain delay seemed to help you a little bit. You managed to claw back some momentum after the break. Yeah,
we did, and as I said before, the bowlers have been doing an excellent job, and I think if we look at the stats and the data, between over 7 to 15, we've been doing very well for the last year. So for them to pull it back after that was expected from us. So I think they did a great job.
Does the short turnaround now, does it help getting back out there quickly on Wednesday?
I think it helps. A day tomorrow to just rest and reflect on how things went, what we have to change, and how we have to think in the next game. Because, as someone said, we've been out there, we've been hitting balls, we've been practicing scenarios, we've been thinking about it. It's now to put it into play.
Does being in this position now with weather forecaster later in the week is bad, do you start thinking about how many you need to beat Zimbabwe and you need to beat them well, net run rate, because your backs are against the wall a little bit? Are those conversations coming into it more?
We need to beat Zimbabwe first. We think about everything else. We need to beat Zimbabwe. So I think that's the first step. As we go along, when we get back here at this time on Wednesday, then we may be thinking a lot different and all those things that you spoke about.
Thanks very much.
Can I just ask the final one first?
go ahead.
How important is it also to not even think about the possibility that you don't get out of this group into the next stage? It's just one game now, because there are just like he said, the turnaround so quick. So how important is it to not get into that mindset at all?
No, you can't get into that mindset. You have to think about the next game. You have to think about Zimbabwe and how we're going to beat Zimbabwe. We watched last year, Bangladesh and them, they lost the first game and they still ended up in the Super 12. So we just got to think about Zimbabwe right now.
Just a word on Scotland. What are your thoughts on their performance, and sort of how much have they and sort of similar teams of their ilk improved over recent years?
I think they've all improved. And I remember when I was at Ireland, we keep saying that the more at that level of cricket you give them, they're going to improve. And I think they're getting a lot more cricket at that level now. So we see the improvement. So they're all improving.
Thanks very much. In lieu of a lack of questions from Zoom, we're going to close this press conference. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the end of the next one. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.